Dialed in
to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these stuff.
because they know the brews.
And they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks and brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick, we were unceremoniously off last week.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of content, so that did not hurt us at all.
First time ever.
Yeah, no shit. We're going to change our stuff a little bit here. So you're going to hit us with something in the beginning and the end.
Yeah. So as always, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. So David, what are you drinking?
So I am partially sponsored tonight. I have 3 drinks.
Okay.
One is from Dewclaw Brewing Company from the great Michael Benson, aka the Eye Candy. It's the Pastryarchy, the Irish Cream Dessert Stout, which is fucking delicious. And then after that, I have a Vanilla Java Porter from Atwater and a CEO Stout from Right Brain.
Nice.
Nick, what you got?
I have an 8694 White Grape Hazy IPA from Mobcraft. Still part of my Advent calendar, 24 days of cheer. And this is also in collaboration with Pipeworks Brewing. And I then have a Mobcraft IPA, India Pale Ale, just plain and simple. I haven't had just a pale ale because everybody keeps screwing with things. But we're an investing podcast. So invest in Mobcraft, own the beer you drink, learn about investing. And so you can go to mobcraft.com/invest. So I'll give them a shout out because they're going to invest in us. So really excited about that.
The first time since before the cruise.
Yeah.
Mr. Michael, what are you drinking?
Actually having what is kind of a mod on one of the things you're drinking, and it is a hazelnut variety of the Vanilla Java Porter from Atwater.
Nice.
There you go.
And then after that, it's called Mule de Pomme. It is a pomegranate, ginger, and lime hard cider from Blake's.
Sounds great.
The best craft cider out there from Blake.
We are so excited about tonight.
We are.
This is one of our all-time favorite guests.
I'm missing my best friend's in town, and I'm missing time with him to be here for this episode.
You were really excited
Yeah.
when I reached out to Adam and I'm like, hey, can we have you back on? And immediately he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we have Adam Keller joining us once again. He has the Tent Guy on YouTube.
Yep.
And Real World Side Hustles on TikTok. And he has a whole bunch of new stuff, and we wanted to talk to him about all of it. Adam, how you doing? What you drinking?
I'm doing good. Thanks, guys. That pastry drink you got in the middle, like right in the middle of the screen, that looked really dark. That looked gross.
It's very, very dark and very, very delicious. I drink mostly dark beers.
I can't do it. Very bad smelling farts.
Oh, I mean, we don't worry about those things.
Right.
You're a couple states away. I think we'll be all right.
So I'm drinking something weird. So I'm divorced, but I picked this up on my honeymoon. It's a Jamican ginger wine.
Wow.
Over 2 years ago. So it's been sitting in the fridge for 2 years. So
Nice.
I figure today's
Nicely aged.
fine to, get it out of there so I can stop looking at it. Get it in my belly.
Say, bro.
It's a good place for it.
It's like we're celebrating his divorce with him here. Here we go. Cheers to you, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
Say, thanks for coming back on.
Oh, that's gross. That is so gross.
Shout out to them.
Say, no
Well,
wonder
may not
why you got
help
the
that
divorce.
it's
No.
2 years and something like that. 'Cause I can't imagine that's a wine that's expected to age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll
you want to go
finish
grab
it.
something else? You're more than welcome.
No, I'll finish it. I'm good.
Power through. That's the man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, all right. Real World Side Hustles. That's how we follow you mostly is TikTok. You're all over the place. You're showing people everything. I mean, how to start, a tent business, a rental company business. You look at it as, hey, you're in logistics. I really like your outlook on how that goes. But so tell us what's new, because we know you have some new things out. So tell us a little bit about it.
I guess what's new, and if anyone knows me, I don't like promoting that much. I like force myself to.
Yeah.
We're gonna force you to tonight.
Yeah. So like I made a course for my party rental company because I figured, hey, it's about time. I'm getting inundated with, messages everywhere that I can't keep up. So it's like, all right, let's funnel this down. We're going to just talk to the people who really, really want to learn. So doing the course, and that's been great. And then I started writing a book, actually. 101 real world side hustles, all real things that people can actually do. And I put that up and people have been buying it. Just more, I think right now it's mostly people who support my channel. I don't think any random people found it yet, but those are the two main things. Oh shit, we bought a venue. I bought a venue. We're remodeling that. I'm buying some land from a friend who our friend who was in our grade, he passed away many years ago. His like gravestone bench is there, and this guy's selling the land. I'm like, well, you can't sell the land like that. So he's giving us a deal because we're going to keep the gravestone up and let family visit and whatnot.
That's awesome.
So I want to know about this book because I saw, I believe it was a TikTok, and you're like, hey, if you follow me on TikTok, there's nothing new in the book, so you don't need to buy it. But, and again, you said you're a horrible salesman for yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's fantastic. You wrote a book and it has, useful information for people. Hey, if you want to go make some extra money, here you go.
Yeah, so it's got 101 different ideas in it, so you can't flesh out too many ideas. So it's got like a format for everything, like what it is, how much it starts to cost up, what do you need, how do you scale, various things like that, and then a bunch of like resources for each one, because each one of these can be like half a book anyways. So it's just to give people ideas, because as you know, if you're on TikTok and the algorithm shows you the business stuff, you start getting scammed, like buy this for $7 or go to Etsy and click on this and go to this drop shipper and do that, whatever. It's all like just weird stuff that people should be wasting their time with. But there's real stuff in the world that people can do, and some of it doesn't cost that much to start up. Some of the side hustles in there cost a few thousand or more, but some of them are just like anyone can make money. They just didn't know that they could.
Sure. I seen the one today. The guy goes to the junkyard and pulls out specific
I
parts.
saw that.
And I was like, no wonder why
5 hours
Yeah.
pulling parts out, and he added up all the those parts were worth.
Yeah.
And
the comments in that video are insane to me, because people are like, yeah, will it sell? And it's like, I have to understand that there's people who don't understand things. Like eBay will tell you if something's sold. You just have to hit a button and it'll tell you like, hey, 500 of these sold in the past month, and this is how much they sold for. So like, when people are selling on eBay, they're not just like putting things up and wishing that it sells. Most people are going to buy something to resell because they know.
Right. So how much does the cost of your book?
18 something for the paperback, and then the ebook version is less.
Okay.
It's on Amazon, just 101 real world side hustles.
so I'm going to ask this because this is the type of guy I am. Somebody reaches out to you and they go, Adam, I really want your book, but I want it signed to me.
I'll have to figure that one out.
You need to figure that one out, because I would buy a book, but I want it signed.
Because it's print on demand.
So that means I have to send it to you, and then you have to send it to me, and I'll pay for shipping twice, but I don't give a shit.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to make a couple books out to some Bucks and Brews guys.
Yeah.
No, your eCourse. I just sent. So I got up because I had to get my phone, because my buddy's looking. He wants to get his son into real estate and stuff, and it just his son's not really taken to it too much, and but he wants to work.
Your buddy's how old?
My buddy's a little older than me, so he's I think 40.
Between us.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
and the son is
19 now.
okay, so a good age to start.
Yeah, right. And he's out of high school. He's getting ready for the business, and I'm like, look, we have Adam coming on. Like, this is a great business for and he has a dad that's supportive, right? Doesn't want him to have like a real job. And so I was like, go start this business. I mean, you can start with tables and chairs from what we learned from the last episode.
Absolutely.
But now you started an e-course, right? And it's not too much cost. I guess, can you tell us a little bit more about the e-course? Tell us what it costs. Tell us who, what, when, where, why, how. I mean, we want to know all this little details.
All right, so I was kind of anti-courses, because I know a lot of the courses out there, people buy them and then they're not happy with them. They're just a bunch of filler and a bunch of junk. So I was very trepidatious to make one, but I figured I'm going to attempt it. So I put it on pre-sale just to see if anyone would buy it, even before I wasted my time. So then people were buying it. And I'm like, okay, I got to make this good.
Yeah.
And so I spent a lot of time with a GoPro and good microphones. My course ended up being 30.5 hours long. And it literally goes over everything. I know it's about the tent business, so I could have just stuck to tents, but I give a basic understanding of marketing, website, insurances, all those kind of things for this business in particular. And it tells you how to set up every size tent. Like there's a video for that. It tells you all about the chairs, all the tips and tricks. The most important thing about the course is if you spend the $389 that it is, you're gonna save at least $50,000 to $300,000 in mistakes. I've totaled up my mistakes that I've told people in the course, and one of them was a like $250,000 mistake because I didn't know being an S corp was going to save me on self-employment taxes. So for 15 years, I'm not an S corp. I'm a DBA, paying 15% of my profits to the government, and then my normal tax rate. And then all the other things like tips and tricks and efficiency and stuff saves another $50,000 to $100,000 and whatever. So basically, like my selling point on the course is if you spend $389 and you start a party rental business, I'm going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in mistakes that you don't know that you don't know.
Sure.
And then we got a Facebook group. So once a month we all meet and talk. And I kind of thought the Facebook groups were going to go like for half an hour or whatever. I was on one the other night for 4 hours, and it's all cool. It's, everyone's asking questions, everyone's contributing. And then there's a one-on-one call too. And usually I like the people that like at least be halfway done with the course before they do a one-on-one call. But like some people book the one-on-one call like immediately, and I'm like, well, you don't even know what to ask yet.
You don't know anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook group. Sorry, and then you have one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all included with the $300 or $400.
Yeah, and I keep adding to it. I'm going to make another course about restroom trailers.
Yeah,
and that's going to be like a cheaper course, but that restroom trailer course is going to be put into the original course. So anyone who buys the original course is going to get all future content too. And I keep adding to it. Like people have questions. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize, I don't know how people think. So like I'm adding videos to it to like help explain things.
Okay. And then it's going to be cheaper to get in now versus later, right?
Yeah, I'm doing this weird 30 podcasts in 30 days. Like I said, you guys aren't included. Some company got me this thing. So like during that period of time, it's lower at $389. It's normally $450.
Okay.
I'm going to ask this.
Ask it.
Are we your favorite podcast?
Yeah, I was on your guys' podcast for a long time. I remember you guys. I remember information. I remember, obviously the break room. I remember you got like 30, 40 rentals. Some of you own, some of you manage. Like, how's all that going?
I lost my management thing back in October, so I no longer manage 450. But yeah, I still own my.
But
own
you have
portfolio.
yours.
What
did you just do?
It's a dude. I got here. David wanted to meet at 5, and I was like, "Yeah, that's a great want." But
I said I would be here at 5 to prep.
Yeah, and so I come showing up here prepping at 5:40 because I just wouldn't put a deposit on another house that I'm buying.
Really?
Tell Mike where the house is.
In Grand Rapids, right behind the Mitten.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so,
you should rent that. That should just be a place for us to crash after we drink Mitten.
I mean, we could do that because God knows we drink a lot when we're there.
But yeah, so
So they kick us out because they need to let other people in.
Yeah, so we got kicked out. That was fun. Since October, I bought
get kicked out. That was awful.
Five more houses.
Jesus.
Yeah, just I don't know, like I started taking it's not that I didn't take my business serious. It's like I started saying, hey, look, I've now gone twice back into a career aspect of things. Like, don't make the same mistake, right? Like, understand that I can do this on my own. I don't need to have a 9 to 5 aspect. Like, I don't need the paycheck, right?
Did you feel valued by your company? Either of them, like Gentex or the one after that?
The one after that, I mean,
for a while.
I say for like a couple seconds, and then I got used and abused after that type of thing. But it doesn't take much to make me feel valued. We all know that, right?
I don't know. Did you feel valued when you came into break room on Saturday?
Yeah,
you ended up with 2 printers and a fucking guitar. How was that guitar?
it was fun. It was plastic and it didn't break the way I wanted it. Like I'm gonna build my own guitar and bring it in.
Okay.
It's gonna be balsa wood and it's just gonna like shatter like
You
outward.
want kind of like the Jeff Jarrett hitting
Yeah,
somebody.
he
with
wants the
that.
Jeff Jarrett busting you over the head guitar.
I do, right? That's plain and simple. So but yeah, really, I mean, I'm just really focused on my business. And we're also trying to focus on this podcast. I mean, David and I,
We are.
you know, we spend our free time just, hey, let's grow this thing, let's do this, let's take it more serious.
How much money have we made off this? Like $1.50?
Maybe, right?
And a 6-pack.
Yeah, how do people monetize podcasts? I have no idea.
Uh,
Like obviously there's the ads, but like
Yep.
ooh, podcasts got to be hard to monetize.
They really are.
Yeah, and you got to get to viewership and stuff, and we're learning that right now. You know, we got interviewed by a podcast person who interviews podcast people.
That was like what, a month ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, I know
Come-
who that is. They tried to sell you at the end of it, right?
No,
No,
Really, he
okay.
didn't. He just wanted to talk to us, and he's like, "Hey, we run a service. Check it out."
yeah, I mean,
And that was it.
he didn't really. Yeah, it was just like, hey, we have podcast people that talk to podcast, and I was like, oh, okay. Kind of sounded like
Eventually hoping
it was a-
people will want to buy their memorabilia.
well, it was kind of more about the same way you tried to just sell us, you know, an ebook.
I'm
Right.
not trying to sell. If anyone
If
finds
you
it,
want it,
wants to
cool,
buy it.
like
Yeah, that-
awesome. And so this
That
guy
was
was like,
it.
Okay.
you know, your Facebook group. Yeah, we have a Facebook group. It goes, but that's kind of all this guy really. He's just like, but come to find out, I mean, podcast 50% of them fail after 7 episodes.
Mhm.
Okay, we didn't have any idea before we talked to this guy. We've done now, like I think you're like number 250, big balloons, big everything.
You're way over.
I no,
Like
100?
130.
oh okay, but
I love that you said 250.
I have no idea, right? But like, I just knew that like we didn't.
Why do
play
you
more
have
than
no
anything.
idea?
I'm not the tech guy.
Right, I do all the uploads. and
Mike's
shit.
the eye candy. I'm just the voice.
Right.
So
Right.
Yes,
Um,
he's like your Casey Kasem top 40 hits guy.
right.
I think the biggest, not to get off on a tangent because that's what we do.
Yeah.
I think the biggest complaint we have is we get off on tangents.
Too much.
I mean, we did a baseball episode. It was 3 hours and 10 minutes long.
Mhm.
I think it's
But it was
phenomenal.
fun.
We had a lot of fun. People listening to it will have fun maybe for 20 minutes.
Right.
Maybe they won't. I don't really honestly care.
So, Adam, you started out with how many? So you have one course, and then you just keep adding different things to the same course.
I will be. So like I can't really film stuff until the summer begins because restroom trailers aren't going out and you know like that kind of stuff. So there's the main course, and then I'm gonna have like my restroom trailer course is gonna be like $75 or something.
Okay.
Gonna do one about Jelly Ball Nerf Wars, $75. But they are also just going to be put into the main course. So someone can come along and just buy the restroom trailer one.
Sure.
And everyone who's already bought the party rental one all those videos will be put in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone can
Um,
buy the whole thing and have everything, or just buy individual.
I mean, and we'll plug it, and we'll let you plug it. So where do I? Because I'm interested. I mean, it's only $400. So I'm interested in buying this because I really think I'm just going to buy a bunch of tables and chairs and just start renting those stupid things. I don't want to do tents at this moment because it sounds like effort and work.
Yeah, tents are effort and work. Tables and chairs. If you set it up in a trailer, you know, you use your trailer as your storage and your delivery vehicle, and you just roll up to the place, push them in and out. It's a little harder because like most of the time tables and chairs are going to be going with tents. So you
Yep.
have to like work harder in getting venues and barns and other places that are indoors to like start giving your name out. But I mean, every week we're doing tons of just tables and chairs, which I personally hate because then they get locked up in a garage kind of, and we come back just random times during 9 to 5 to grab them. I prefer them to be under my tent, but I mean, yeah, there's a lot of companies who only do tables and chairs.
So you know what I saw that I thought was fascinating? Adam has an Etsy.
Do you really?
On his Etsy, he has the photo booth blueprints. So you can
No,
Sit
that's
there
not
and-
me. That's my friend.
oh, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
his friend.
So
Okay, but-
my
Go ahead.
my friend makes photo booths himself. Instead of buying one for $1,000,
Yeah.
you can buy some cardboard, and he's got the plans. Not cardboard, I'm sorry, plywood.
Mhm.
He's got the plans to bring it to a CNC guy, and just cut it all out perfectly. And then he tells you iPad or this kind of camera and this, and you build an entire photo booth for like $200, $300 instead of spending $1,000 on it. And he's also got plans for the big light up letters at weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like 4 feet tall. He's got plans for that too. So I link to him because I make a little money of them.
Okay, so your Etsy has forms and such for
my Etsy has my contract because everyone was always asking for my contract. And I'm like, hey, I paid a lawyer for this thing. Like, I'm not just gonna give it to you for free. I'll give it to you for $10. So
Right.
I threw it on my Etsy for $10 so people can get the contract, and then there's rental, kind of like site visit, kind of just like a whole bunch of stuff.
I don't know if you know this, but you should ask Nick about his first ever rental contract.
Oh, buddy.
Was it on a napkin?
I mean, I would do. I was a little better. Give me some credit, okay?
It was on
It was on a
spiral notebook.
It was on a spiral notebook lined piece of paper, okay? And it read as a bill of sale. I, Nick, rent this house for this amount of money. Signed, right? Like,
Did it come back
contracts are
to
like-
get you at all or anything? Or everything was good?
no, it was funny.
I kind of got lucky.
I did. I met a mentor, 6 months in, and he laughed at me and he said, "Let me know when this blows up in your face, and good luck with it." And dude, you're really screwed. And he's pretty much just like, "Hey, when this happens, just try everything to get them out." And the lady came to me at like month 9. She didn't even make it a year in this place. And she's like, "Hey, we just can't afford it anymore." Cause I didn't run any background checks. I didn't know this 3 times income. I didn't know shit, right? You told me you could pay it. I said, okay, like, let's roll. And so like 9 months, she's like, "Yep, we're just gonna move out." And I was like, shit, okay. So I go back to my wife and I was like, "Hey, we have a tenant moving out. Do you want to move back home?" Because I had bought a duplex at the time. "Or do you want to stay in this duplex and I'll try to rent this now that I have a lease and like we'll get more money?" And she's like, "No, let's move back home." She's tired of living in 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. She wanted 5 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So yeah, and I knew I screwed up. I knew I screwed up because when I bought my duplex, I got their lease and it was like 5 pages, and I was like, "Yeah, it's so weird that these people have this shit." Like, I had no idea. Right?
Honestly, the minute I saw Adam with the Etsy and he had all these contracts on there, I'm like, oh boy, Nick had no fucking clue.
Dude.
Well, that's the funny part is you never really ever rented like an apartment or anything, because if you'd have ever
Nope.
rented an apartment, you would have known that it's usually a 3 to 5 page thing with
and credit checks were a thing, and checking people's income was a thing, and getting photo IDs of people is a thing. Taking certified funds.
Right.
I've learned so much. And I mean,
that's always the fun one, with they're like, "We need a certified check or a cashier's check or something like that," when we know the money is there.
Yeah, well, and I tell you, Adam, like one of the things and you learned a lot, and I don't have everybody tells me to make a course because, I mean, I'm a very good speaker, because I can do this. I love this, and but I don't have the brains to put things on paper, right? David would have to he'd get so bored reading all my grammar problems
for you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I say
That's our boy.
Yeah, I say my buddy's online. So
Hi, Jeremiah.
But we're at this point where I sent somebody, because I learned that you got to get a photo ID. So I tell the person, I was like, "Hey, I need a copy of your front and back of your driver's license." And I get this photo, and they have a Porsche, and the Cheyenne or whatever it is, Cayenne, and just covered their whole shift area, and their floor. You could just see dog hair and shit. This is so dirty. And I was like, "Man, all right, cool. You didn't tell me you had a dog." "Oh yeah," and I'm just like, huh. And I ended up getting a better qualified tenant. That's what I have to say is, I was like, so people will send you stuff and they won't even look, on the around part and stuff like that. So,
well, the thing I love about Adam is he sits there and he goes, "Okay, people want this information.
Yeah.
It costs me something, so I'll give it to you for a 10th of whatever that is."
A tenth, $10. How much did that contract cost you for a lawyer?
Probably this was many years ago. It's like $700-800.
Yeah.
So I'm about a tenth, right?
Yeah. Yeah. $10 for $700-800. You're at like
That'd be
100.
70.
Yeah, you're
170.
talking about like 2%, but still,
Yeah.
Okay,
all he has to do at that
Fuck you.
point is sell 50 of them. He's made back or whatever.
You guys ever watch this guy Teddy on TikTok, where at the end of every video he goes, "You can't make money without being a
Will I be a
You're a pussy?
pussy? Yes. It
I
took
have
me.
not seen that. You need to share that.
He's a real estate guy. It
Yeah.
took me about, I don't know, 10 videos to finally follow him, because he came off as very arrogant quite a long, and that's just not
Oh,
who I
yeah.
am. And honestly, some of the first videos that he had just sounded really shitty. Like he was making a lot of things up, and then he actually hit one where he was like this, and I was like, all right, there's some real life to this guy. He might actually be doing some stuff. Whether he's doing everything he says he is, I don't know.
Yeah, because he never
but-
shows anything he's doing.
right.
But the thing that I took from him, I watch him just because he's like, he is arrogant and whatever. But he's kind of funny. So, but the thing I took from him was, when you get a rental contract made up for a house, the lawyer is always kind of looking out for you and them. But
Yeah.
no, he should only be looking out for you. You're the client. You're paying him. So like Teddy goes through and like crosses things off. Like, he's basically, I'm just supposed to provide you with a safe, clean, working place. I don't have to provide you with neighbors who don't play music after 10. That's not my fucking problem.
Yep.
Kind of thing. Like, so he'll cross out some things.
Yep. And that's, yeah, he'll give some good tips like that. You just have to get through some of his little bullshit along the way, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I would believe him more what he does if he showed his work. I mean, if he's doing so much work all over the place, like, show it. And
Right.
It's always just him.
Yeah, and there's another guy who
Doesn't that bother you?
nah,
No. I do great. I do all these great things, but I'm not going to show you any of it.
yeah,
That doesn't bother you?
nah.
It
Because
bothers me.
other people's business never bothered me, right? Because like I'm very focused on my business and what I'm doing.
Yeah, but again, if you're successful, why not show the receipts for the fact that you are successful?
because I'm not going to show you my buildings or how, and a lot of us show like the move outs, right? Like I'll post pictures of like, hey, this is how they trashed it, but I'm not going to show you who they are
I'm not asking you to show me who they are.
yeah.
I'm asking you to say, hey, I bought this place.
Yeah.
You did this. You bought a place in Wyoming.
Mhm.
It looked like this.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah, your
turned it
flips,
into
you always-
this.
You always do a before and after of your flips.
Let's not call them flips, boys. I end up holding everything.
So it kind of does. 'cause
The
That flip
recent
in
one where you
Wyoming,
did-
didn't
you
your
did
contractor
truly
move
flip
into?
Yep. Yep.
The
So
one recently that you did truly flip, you had it before, and even the ones you buy and you have to repair before you rent them, you still show
yep.
this is what it looked like. This is what it looks like now that I'm ready to rent it.
Yep.
People
Oh,
And
want to
that's
see
what he's
that.
talking about.
Yeah, no, and I get it. It's just
But I mean, and you've
Um,
said it yourself. I mean, when you had your mentor, without giving away a lot of his secrets, told you some key things.
oh gosh.
And you kind of do that by talking about him on these shows.
Yep. So now I want to get back to your ecourse because I'm gonna buy it, even if I don't start a damn business. So tell me the opening part of it. How does it open up?
The opening says, "Hey, this is a hard business."
No shit.
Yeah, I'm not
So
gonna
you're
lie to you.
honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% honest. But it opens up with that, and then my first like 3 videos are kind of introductory, but my last introductory video is like, you need to do this immediately, like even before you go on with it. Don't wait till the end of the course. Do this now. You need to come up with a name, make sure that it's not taken. Make your Facebook page, make your social media, make your Google My Business listing, because Google My Business listing is the free one. And the sooner you're on it, the sooner you'll be in the top ones when people search. So that's what I tell people immediately to do. And then let's get into what the company is. So even if you're not at the end of the course, you're just like, all right, I'm not going to do it, whatever. All those things were free. So that's how it starts.
Sure. I'm going to say this. So Adam's hitting on this right on the fucking head. You want to secure everything really before you license your business, before you set your LLC. So like break room therapy, for example, Dawn had the website, she had the name, she had everything before she registered as an LLC.
Mhm.
Because if you do it backwards and you register that LLC,
Somebody can take it.
somebody's going to grab that website and you're not going to have breakroomtherapy.com.
Right.
You're going to have to figure out other shit because somebody squatted on everything you want.
Sure.
Yeah, some
Well-
guy in my course down in Texas, he didn't follow that. A month later, he started like doing everything, and then he comes to find out that there's a company 1 hour away from him that has almost the same exact name that he was going to go with.
Yep.
Oh,
And you know, it's great to learn that, but I guess because I am who I am, I need, like, I'm not going to fight you. You have this course. You're saying it right, but to me, in the real estate world, just fucking go do it, right? Just like stop, like don't worry about your name. Don't worry about what you, oh, I want Nick buys houses, blah blah blah. Like, dude, just go buy a fucking house and then worry about everything on the back end, because my LLC, right? We'll say it's Nick Watkins LLC, right? I'm on the phone.
Right.
Somebody made my LLC for me. Like, what do you want it to be? And I was like, Nick Watkins LLC, right? Like,
Way
I-
out of the box thinking there.
I was like,
Right.
to me, it wasn't the branding thing. It was, I'm
No,
not
I don't
doing-
care about branding. My thing is still just
Yeah.
go do it.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
you do these things, now you're out there. Family members are going to be like, hey, party rental company. They're going to share your Facebook page and all that. It's not
Sure.
so much as securing the name. The Google My Business part is the most important part
How
of that. Is just so that you're there as soon as possible, so you can start raising up. But
So how long do you tell people that this should take? A day?
the course,
Nope.
oh that,
Oh,
I can do all that in an hour. I do that all the time.
there you go. So, right. I mean, if you're spending longer than 2 hours figuring out a name and getting a website and getting your Google My Business page, just stick to something and go with it, right?
Well, again, so Dawn came up with her business name.
Yep.
In about 10 seconds. And we kicked around 8 or 9 different names. And
Yeah.
she just kept coming back to break room therapy.
Yeah.
You and I, we sat there and we're like, all right, we're talking about money, we're drinking beer. What do we want to do? And I gave you like 5 or 6 names.
Yeah.
And we just kept coming back to Bucks and Brews.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about money
And we're drinking.
and
beer.
we're drinking beer. And we like the alliteration.
Yeah, a lot of people get hung up on names.
A lot of people, and that's the only reason, because I feel like I talk to a lot of these landlord people, and they're like, oh, check out and they get so excited about what their LLC is, and oh, we're DreamWorks LLC, and I'm like, that's great. Like, what do you have inside your LLC, right? That's what I care about. But
Right.
so speaking of, like, because we're talking about rentals quite a bit, you recently purchased a new rental, correct?
Yeah, so we bought a venue, which I saw this property on Craigslist maybe a year before we bought it. And I was kind of looking at it. I'm like, I don't know about this. And then it just kind of came up on a realtor thing. And I'm looking at it more. And now they've got more pictures because the realtor's involved. And I'm like, hey, this could be something. So we go to look at it, and it's gutted. It's completely gutted. Whoever bought it beforehand completely gutted it because they were going to redo it and turn it into an art studio. So I'm seeing that as a plus. It's gutted already.
Yep.
We don't have to deal with that. That's great. And I'm just trying to imagine what this could be. It's kind of in a rustic kind of area, right at the base of the Adirondack Mountains. And within 10 minutes of being there, I'm like, all right, we're going to buy it. So it's a 30 by 90 building with a 20 by 40 attachment to it. So we're turning it into a wedding venue. We
There you
took
go.
down a 150-year-old barn so we could get the siding from it. That's going to be the inside walls of the barn. The outside is going to be rough cut lumber, board and batten kind of thing. And then we're putting a 40 by 80 tent with a floor attached to it. So the main structure is going to be the bar, cocktail area. You know, when you go to a wedding and then the bride and groom leave for an hour and a half and
Yep.
taking pictures. So it's during then. We got a bridal suite, bathrooms, all that. And then we're selling it like rustic, but also blank slate, because we got like 15 barn venues around us, and it's just rustic. Like, if that's what you want, that's great. But if you want to be able to put your colors in there too, that's what the tent is for. The tent you can make rustic if you want with burlap and rustic decorations, but you could also have your hot neon pink wedding in there, and then in the bar cocktail area is rustic.
Sure. And what's that going to generate for you income wise?
We're doing $3,000 on a Saturday. No, 3,500 on a Saturday, 3,000 on Friday and Sunday. And then if you rent it for the whole weekend, which actually I would prefer because then you're gonna deal with that many people, it's like 7,500.
Okay.
So
Yeah. And say, I guess, do you mind sharing what you paid for it?
75,000. It's like paid. It's paid for.
And you paid cash.
Yeah.
Okay. And then because I follow you, you actually you didn't buy. Tell me about your next deal that you can't buy because you spent all your cash.
Yeah. So that is a barn. We delivered tables and chairs to someone, a barn venue, and they just mentioned like, they don't do it that much. They're actually thinking about moving. And I was like, hey, if you're ever moving, get a hold of us before you get a hold of the realtor. Let's see what we can work out. So randomly they did. And we go over and we kind of came up with a deal like, hey, we can't buy this right now. I just refinanced my house for a divorce. Our other partner just refinanced his house to remodel. We got a $500,000 building here. We just spent all our money here. Like, how about we rent it from you for the summer? $2,000 a month rent plus 10% of our weddings that we do there. And then at the end of the year, we will then attempt to buy it.
Okay.
So that was going to go down, but unfortunately that fell through. I didn't say anything on TikTok about it because it was kind of embarrassing that it fell through.
Oh,
the reason it fell through was because his lawyer started getting really kind of crazy. Not crazy. They wanted personal guarantees.
It's fine.
So, which is fine. But if we couldn't come up with the money at the end of the season to get in contract, they could come after our $500,000 Airbnb, my warehouse. They could come after everything. And I was just a little nervous because it was already getting late it's already late in the year. And how many weddings are we going to get booked in that place? And sure. I just wasn't feeling fully confident about it. And
what was the purchase price? Sorry.
It was going to be $375.
Okay.
But you look at that not as the house, because the house was kind of not that great. You look at that as the barn. Like there's one near me. She won't sell her barn for $2 million because they make that in 2 years.
Holy shit.
So 375 wasn't that crazy.
You could find the money.
Yeah.
I mean, you know me.
Right.
So I'm always willing to invest.
So what we're going to do is I think the market, I think he was coming at it more from an income perspective, but when he goes to list it with a realtor, the realtor is going to be like coming at it from a house perspective.
Sure.
That has a barn there. So when they go to list it, I think it's going to be closer to 225, 250.
Oh, okay.
So then we'll jump on it then.
Sure. And honestly, you'll be able to 20% down conventional loan that thing. You just refied your house, so
yeah,
you'll have the income. No, that'd be be great.
The lawyer was coming at it from a commercial perspective, so we were gonna have to get a commercial loan. And I don't know if you've gotten commercial property loans before.
Yeah,
they're a little more difficult and just a little more like the terms.
I personally find they're a pain in the ass. I mean, so I like honestly, I do what you do. I try to land contract because I cut the bull crap out of it and just say, look, I'm an honest person. I'm not going to sit here and do this. So,
right.
I'm going to buy a 12 unit and they're like, well, we have to do a ground sample. And I'm like, this thing was built in 1920. It's been a fucking rental deal. Like, you think there was a gas station back in 1919? There wasn't even cars back then. Like, it just pisses me off how stupid these banks are. I'm like, yeah, all of a sudden there was a nuclear power plant that just sat right here. None of that came out 40 years fucking later, dumbass. I literally, banks hate me because I think they're stupid because they come up with the stupidest things.
Because they are.
Right.
They are. I asked my bank last time we were getting a loan. I was like, is there any way you can just save all this or just put in your file that I'm fine? Because I've gotten so many loans through you. Like, why do we have to go through this every single time? Like, you know who I am. You see the bank accounts. Come on. Like, no, we got to do this every time.
No, so I'm sorry that fell through. Sorry to bring it up now. Way to go, me.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's great because something better's come up for me.
Oh, dude. Well, let's hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my friend who was in our grade, he passed away a long time ago.
Yep.
His friend, or not his friend, his cousin had some land on this big, it's called West Cannon Creek, but it's a big creek. It's big. people go tubing down it. It's like a fun place. So he's got this land on it, and that's where his like gravestone, it's a bench, is. Well, we've been going there for years. We go there without that cousin.
Yep.
I take my employees rafting once a year down it, and we get off on his land. And it's a nice piece of property, and it overlooks a waterfall on the other side. That's the only
shit.
place. That's the only place on the creek/river that has a waterfall. So he is selling it. He should have got a hold of me first. He didn't think about it until after he talked to the realtor.
Yeah.
So he was already under contract, but I got it for a discount because basically, if we have it, then everyone in the family still gets to go back and visit that grave bench. So it's just raw land, but he's put a lot of work into it, and he's already got the electric company's paperwork and where we can put the septic and how big of a septic and stuff. So for the first few years, it's going to be slow. We're going to allow camping on there. We're going to put the power down there to allow RV camping, and then build a house and Airbnb it.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you need your first guest, let David and I know. We'll just make a weekend trip and come hang out with you. I don't
camp.
tube.
They could Airbnb it. I'll come camp.
There you go. I say I don't tube, but I will with you. I mean, dude, we will.
Yeah,
I've got plenty of gear. You
guys know what tubing is?
To share a tent.
We're in Michigan. We're the Great Lakes state. Of course, we know what tubing is.
Yes.
Okay.
You just sit in a tube and drink.
Well, no, I mean, you try to sit in the tube.
I mean, seriously,
right? Like
anything we
That's
do.
why
includes
I
drinking.
like canoeing better. You have more space for your beer.
Right.
Mike's got it figured out here.
Right.
You get one of those tubes with the cooler in
With the cooler in it. Yes.
Yep.
But true, you have one tied to you that has the cooler.
Yeah.
I will say there might be somebody on this episode that has a pool, and we have all these things that you can stick beer in, and it just floats around the pool.
I have like unicorns.
That will
and
be part of the
palm
pool
trees
that
and shit.
somebody else in the podcast will put in the house at the house that his mom currently lives in.
That's something that's coming in the future. Adam,
Fuck.
who
What
hosts
about
your
Barb?
eCourse?
It's called Kajabi.
Okay.
So it's all in one kind of thing. Like I pay $200 a month for it to be on there, and they don't take any commissions. I know some other ones you got to pay to be on there, and then when you sell something, they take a commission. So I pay $199 a month, and that is it.
Sure.
My girlfriend. Did you guys hear that? I gave her the Mandalorian sound.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
But
Nick's sitting here going, "What's a Mandalorian?"
It's a Star Trek thing, and
Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars thing.
That's
Well,
what I
she
said.
gave me the
Fuck
Darth
yours.
Vader one, and
The
I'm like,
people, well,
come
no, the known guy of the people that you like to get arrested by.
what?
Sorry. So we do a Comic-Con, and
Yeah, we do.
so the
Nick
Comic-Con,
goes to Comic-Con.
you can donate to a charity, and it's anything that you donate.
It's usually Make-A-Wish.
$5 minimum kind of a thing, and then they give you a badge. And nope,
No, Mandalorians.
no. What's the other thing's called?
Stormtroopers.
No, what are the guys that come chase you?
It's the Mandalorian is the ones
The
chasing you.
Mercs.
Mercs.
Bounty
Mercs.
hunters.
Yeah.
Bounty hunters.
Mandalorian mercs.
Oh, okay. But anyway, these bounty hunters come and find you throughout the entire Comic-Con. And so it's just hide and seek inside of a fun building, right? And so my daughter absolutely loves it. She's 7. And so we did it 3 times in one day last year, right? Because we just figure out how long we can try to hide. And
Right.
and so when they capture you, you go behind these beams and take a photo that like you got captured, and we just turn around and pay our $5 and go back out and hide again.
Nice.
And so I don't know anything about Star Wars. I'm not any part of the nerd aspect of things. Like these guys,
Some of us may dress as Tusken Raiders.
right.
And
Well,
wear
I was
smart.
wear a shirt about an amino acid.
Right.
There's a weird thing. I went to an estate sale the other day, and they had a bunch of Doctor Who, Star
Yeah.
Trek, and Stargate stuff. And I've noticed this going throughout my life. Like you're either Star Wars
Or Star Trek.
Star Trek,
Oh yes.
or maybe start a little bit of Star Trek, but some people lean more to Doctor Who, Stargate, Babylon 5.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. This guy in his house had nothing Star Wars related, but all this other stuff. And I've always been Star Trek, but I'm cool with Star Wars. I'm okay with it, but it's not really my thing. Star Trek
That's
more.
kind of, and I would
So-
agree. I think it is very like that. And I think the Star Trek people do fall into things like Doctor Who and stuff like that. I think your Star Wars people fall more into like your Indiana Jones type stuff just because Lucas did all that.
Right.
Mhm.
So before we get a million times sidetracked, we had another guest on who we met on a cruise, but his challenge to me
Chris.
and David is to watch one season or whatever the hell they call it of Star Trek.
How many
I have 0
episodes you watch?
episodes in.
I'm
I
4
will.
episodes in.
By the end of the year, I will get it in. But that being said, so you brought up a thing that I'm going to give you free advice. Okay, so you said you went to an estate sale. So anybody listening, anybody that understands this, I buy more houses from estate sales than anybody in Michigan, probably because my mom loves to go to them, and every time calls me, and every time I say, "What are they doing with the house?"
Right.
Right, and she goes, "Oh, I'll ask. Hey, what are they doing with the house?" Great, my son will be right over, and I try to figure out who the owner is. I put it under contract. Great, and if you're good with the estate people, like so now you know who listed it or whatever. Now you go buy a house, right? And you get the thing under contract, and now because right, somebody died. That's what an estate sale is. So
The one in Wyoming that you bought 6,
Yeah.
7 months ago.
Yeah.
Was they died.
nope, they're still living. They just moved. They called it an estate. The wife died. The husband didn't.
Right. So
Yep.
one of them died. They were moving out.
Yep.
And they posted it in like Grand Rapids Informed or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And people are like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And Nick swooped right in and he's like, "If you're buying the house, I got cash."
Or if you're selling it, yeah.
And yeah, if you're selling.
Yeah.
And me and a couple other people are like, "He's not kidding.
Yeah.
He has cash."
So the guy hits me up and he's like, and I'll just say the numbers on air, right? And he goes, "Will you do 110?" Quickly, Google, do whatever. You know, I quickly ran his comps as quick as I could, right? And I was like, "Shit, yes, it's in my area." I already knew kind of things about it. I just wanted to know how big the house actually was. So I just said yes. I'm laying in bed on my phone. My wife's taking a nap, kind of a thing. So I'm charging my phone at this time. So I get up, leave. My wife goes, "Where are you going?" I'm going to go buy a fucking house. She's like, "What?" And so I drive over there 16 minutes from the time I posted to the time I'm there. And let's just call him John. I'm looking around and I was like, "Hey, is John here?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's me." I was like, "Great. I'm here to look at the house." And he goes, "Oh, you were freaking lying." I was like, "Yeah, neither were the other people that said I'll actually do it." I was like, "Can I walk through real quick?" He goes, "Yep, go." I walk through. I mean, I try to squeeze myself through the mounds and mounds of stuff. And my dumbass says,
There was so much stuff.
yeah, my dumbass says, I'll take it as is. When they were thinking about throwing stuff away, I was like, "No, just leave it. I'll take care of it." 190 yards of trash.
Okay. Nothing valuable. Nothing valuable is left.
No, I mean, right there in the estate sale, so like everything would have been, but like it's just 190 yards. Okay, people don't understand how big that is. That is dumpster after dumpster after dumpster after
That's 2 football fields.
of trash, right? Like just filled. Like this was a hoarder house, and then had 2 outbuildings. It was bad, but so I flipped it. Now it's a rental. But yeah, it took me forever and to clean the whole thing out. And it was funny. I left the basement and I was like, "Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Just I didn't want to clean the last little bit of trash." My dumpster guy loves me because he's like, "Nick, anytime you need me, buddy, I got you." And I was like, "Come take a tour." And he's like, "Holy shit." He goes, "There's nothing here." And I was like, "Yeah, like we threw everything away." But
Wow.
and it's funny because everybody will tell you, "Oh, you got to donate stuff," and we do donate not as much as possible. I want to be clear. We donate as much as I feel comfortable donating without wasting time, right? If I call a church or something, because this was actually filled with a bunch of religious stuff and all that, and so churches would have taken it, but like, yeah, I'll get there Thursday. Look, you either want it now or like today or
Right.
tomorrow, but like I'm not going to wait a week so you can sit here and nitpick and go, "I'll take this, I won't take that," because that's what they do. And I don't mean to disrespect them, but like they just waste my time and
You just want it done quick.
Yeah,
okay,
like I stopped putting stuff for free on Facebook because it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
that's exactly it,
And
right?
the places like that do like they only have like one day a week. They send trucks out.
Right. And it's not worth me doing. And so then, I get crap from my own mom who's like, oh, I would have taken all of it and done. Mom, you couldn't. It's 190 fucking yards of trash, right? Like your garage, your house couldn't fill this. Like it is so much. And so I got crap for that for quite a long time. But sorry we get sidetracked because but I want to know more. I guess let's hit back to the original episode. In your business, what do you do and how do you do it with the rental business for party rentals?
Well, there's a party happening every weekend, basically, and most people don't want people in their house, so they're getting a tent, tables and chairs. That's the basic skeleton of an outdoor party, and I just buy the stuff and I make my Facebook and my website and my Google, and I pay for the AdWords, and then people call. So my business, I don't have to like blast myself out there. I don't have to pay for advertising on Facebook. I don't have to like pay for radio ads, TV ads, billboards, whatever. My business is entirely search based. And a lot of service businesses are like plumbers don't need to blast themselves out there. What we need to do though is spend money on the marketing of Google AdWords so that when someone searches for you, you're there.
Sure.
And then when they call you, you want to make sure you pick up the phone. So a lot of service based businesses are just make sure you show up. So only pay money for that. The break room therapy thing though, like that's different. It's not a service-based business. That is something more akin to a restaurant or bar or whatever. You need to kind of blast yourself out there, let people know you exist. I don't need to let anyone know I exist because when they need me, they're going to do a search. And I just got to make sure I'm at the top of that search.
Well, that's one of the things Don has always said. If you want to go out to eat, you type in restaurants near me.
That's 100%.
But you don't necessarily know that there are places to go break shit near you. So you don't necessarily know to look for that. If I'm looking for, chairs and tables because I'm having a big party, I'm looking up who can I rent chairs and tables from?
Yep.
And I might hop on Adam. But it's hard when you don't have a certain niche to go find what you're looking for.
Yeah, like the break room therapy. I'm assuming you're paying for some Facebook ads to be shown to people.
Number one advertising is Facebook ads.
Right. Do you do anything with the news?
So news came out when we first opened and then when we changed locations.
Okay.
So we got a lot of great publicity from them. We tried radio ads one time, which
they're dumb.
I was against.
Yeah.
I want to put that out there right now. I was totally against. And our return on investment was god awful.
Really?
But way better than it would have been if she would have gotten a fucking billboard. Because she was between radio ads and a billboard.
It's funny because I have friends that have billboards and buying real estate. Great return on investment.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine that a billboard would have done good for us.
I guess every business has like their things.
Why news did it is because you get a visual, and on a radio you do not get a visual of somebody taking a cricket bat to, a TV or whatever.
Right.
Plus, from Fox News, at least you had the hot one on there.
Oh yeah, Sarah Grimmer. She got married.
There you go.
She's in Detroit now.
Nice.
She did. She probably got us more customers than any other TV personality because she literally came in here and was just having so much fun.
Good. Sorry, Adam, you were gonna say?
No, not. I was just saying it's just interesting how real estate, you see billboards everywhere. Restaurants, I'm sure they're paying for Google marketing, but they're also, you hear that radio ad like, oh, that's a new place, I'm gonna go there. My thing is entirely search based, plumber, contractors, word of mouth, and search based. It's just interesting how different things work for different people.
Yep. And
Even the restaurants and stuff that buy billboard, they're all like the chains, unless they're just a really successful smaller thing.
So now subscribers, right? So what do your subscribers do for you? What do they mean to you, right? And your YouTube channel and in your TikTok,
and how many do you have?
Yeah, and honestly, how many do you have? Because
So
we want to know your number, damn it.
I got close to 90,000 on TikTok. And then YouTube, the tent guy one, that's always going to be a niche. That's very tiny. That's close to 9,000. And then I have a YouTube associated with the TikTok, same name, Real World Side Hustles. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just kind of posting my vertical videos on there. And I did some interviews with bounce house people and Airbnb people back a year ago. That just recently got monetized. So I'm like, okay, I can see this channel becoming way larger than the tent channel because it's so broad.
Sure.
So actually, right before I got on with you guys, I was editing a video. I edited it first for YouTube, and then I changed the format to vertical to go on TikTok. So I'm hoping that one grows. But my subscribers, I'm the nearest dearest are the tent people who've been with me since day one. So like, they're great because they share. I've learned a lot of information from them, and they've saved me money just as much as I've saved them money, and they've given me tips and stuff. But when I was making my course, I asked for testimonials from people who learned either through my YouTube or signed up with me with Patreon. And this one dude, he started his own YouTube channel documenting his journey in the party rental business. He made me like a 5-minute long video. It made me cry. Like the saying how much I've helped him and this and that. And it's great to see these people's wins. Like there's a few people who like really, really won. Within 1 year, they took their business from $0 to $600,000. These two different dudes on opposite sides of the country. And it's just like, that blows my mind that you did that.
Yeah.
And they do give me some credit, but obviously it's their work ethic and all that. But I'm just there as support and being like, don't do that, do this, or that's a whatever they call it, ask me for.
Yeah. And how many people do you give your personal cell phone out to?
I hate doing business on my personal cell phone. I only give the personal cell phone out to Patreon people who pay the $50 a month for that.
Sure.
But everyone can find me on Facebook easily. And usually in a lot of my videos, I have my tent shirt. I got my tent hoodie on. I'm walking around my warehouse and there's a sign with my number on. People find me. Recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had to tell my first person, like, hey, I can't, you've got lots of questions right now. I'd love to talk to you, but I got Patreon for this. And I felt like so gross saying that, but it's like 10 o'clock at night and already done a lot. Like it's time to start paying me.
Yeah. No, and getting to that point in my real estate stuff is, and the guy listening is actually the first one to ever call me out on it. Cause he's like, look, you give away so much free advice. You constantly get you gear towards the new people, you give them so much stuff and you never ask for anything. You need to start asking for stuff. And so, I started changing a little bit and like, I walk into every meetup now and I'm like, all right, find the wholesaler that's going to bring me a deal. And then I tell everybody, hey, I'm looking for this. And then I go and give advice like candy. Right. And, sure, beers go a long way with me. You'd be surprised, right? Like,
I think the
Right.
worst part about us is we are horrible business people. Because if you buy us a drink,
right,
we're going to talk for 3 hours about shit that we should be charging for.
oh my gosh,
Right.
and then some.
I like talking and whatnot. I hate texting, so that's a little rough. Like when someone's asking questions over, and
Oh,
I
God,
used
yes.
to really hate the hit the microphone thing and talking to it.
Yeah.
But now that's become a lot easier, and I don't care if there's grammar or spelling things.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because David knows when I'm doing it because
I got one the other day.
I called his wife Dawn, or his wife's name
Donna.
Dawn, and I called it Donna, and like I was like, hey, like what Dawn has, and I was like, oh. I reread it like as we were on the phone, and I was like, it says Donna, and he's like, I knew what you meant, and I was like, yeah, I guess I never
Right.
reread it. I don't care. I say what I want. I send it out because I said it perfectly.
You know what I said? Because I was sitting in the business.
Yeah.
I go, my wife and Nick both, they sit here and talk to their shit, and then it comes out weird,
Yep.
and they wonder why people don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, but if you have any questions, fucking call me. That's
Right.
I want it to be punctuated right, so I'll say my sentence and I'll say period, and then my next sentence say exclamation mark, and
You're
it
one
puts
of
it there.
those guys.
Yeah, I don't like
Oh.
punctuated right things.
If we ever talk, we're just gonna talk on the phone
Nick
because
does a run on.
it's straight. Like there's nothing to it. Like
Well,
you will.
I have one friend who runs the dishes in my business.
Yeah.
Every sentence is a new text, and I hate that. And then I have a bunch of young employees who just do the run on and just
Mhm.
shorten words and whatever. I'm like, guys, I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Right. It's like, yeah.
What have you found more beneficial? And I don't know if you can answer this, but TikTok or YouTube?
Hold on. I gotta go yell at my Alexa.
All right,
One
you do
second,
that.
Sorry.
It's cool. I need a
Sorry.
beer.
I'm a little sad.
Alexa, cancel timer.
At a point, I've been drinking out of the cup that I borrowed from a bar in Baltimore when I was in
Okay.
Baltimore last.
Sorry, she won't
That
stop the
bar is now
alarm until
closed. I was really planning to return it next time I went to Baltimore.
Yeah.
I can't return the glass anymore.
Right. Nick, what
Sorry
you
about
get?
that. She won't stop doing her alarm until you tell her to. That means my
Yep.
cat needs his pill shortly.
Yep.
Oh, just say we won't hold you for much more than at least 3 hours.
But so what's been more beneficial, TikTok or YouTube? They're
Yeah.
different. So like TikTok is just a bunch of savages on there. There's so many negative comments, but
All day, every day.
yeah, I think more people from TikTok have signed up for my course than from my YouTube.
Sure.
So everyone on YouTube, there's always nice comments and
Mm-hmm.
questions. TikTok, it's just disbelief and you're lying, basically.
And nothing pisses me off more than TikTok, because I'll see a clip of a movie that I'm like, oh, this looks great. And everybody like, what movie? And no, like, it takes you so fucking long to figure out what movie, because everybody's like, oh, it's Top Gun. And, you know, it's based off, let's say they show a scene from The Notebook, and I'm not saying, but oh, it's Top Gun. Oh, it's Cat in the Hat. Oh, and it's just, nobody gives a fucking straight answer. And I'm like, God, I just want to watch what movie it is, right?
It's Toy
Like,
Story, even though it's not a cartoon.
right, in Toy Story, The
You-
Green Mile.
You
And
know what I like on TikTok?
what's that?
Cats or dudes getting punched in the balls.
Right. So,
You get those two, and I'm a happy guy.
are you making more money on TikTok or YouTube?
I make more money on YouTube, like the actual like platform ads stuff.
Okay.
I'd say TikTok generates more leads for other things, I'd say.
Sure.
They both have their advantages. TikTok, I'd say, like from a personal perspective, is more for entertainment than learning cool things. I've learned a few things from people, like econ side hustle guy who talks about Amazon FBA, and there's another guy I like to follow who rents out our converted bands.
I seen you were looking at those.
Yeah, so this
Cheap
dude
son of a
has
bitch.
3 cheap. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, here I'm at the RV show, and I'm not going to spend $100,000 on a brand new one. I can no, just to say, I don't want the $100,000. Like, you sound like me, and I was like, dude, this is why
Right.
Adam and I can get along. Like, I'm gonna fly out or drive out sometime, and we're gonna meet in person because we're gonna be really good friends, and you just don't know it yet, right?
Oh, I know it.
At least this one I believe more than the beer trivia guy.
No,
Oh my god, that beer trivia guy.
I want to hang out with him too, just because I need.
You want to hang out with him because he's going to do cocaine constantly.
Fact, dude, like just a weekend away of like, and I've never touched a drug. But
hang on, Adam, you don't understand this because we literally, it's in one episode we refused to publish. So this guy made a beer trivia game, and we're like, all right, well, that's up our alley. Let's talk to him. And he was hammered by the time he got on the episode, and then he was drinking whiskey from the bottle. And he said a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff and racist stuff.
I mean, he basically, it just kind of the way he looked, you could tell beyond the cocaine and stuff he was on, he was probably on steroids.
Oh, absolutely.
But he wanted to meet a nice woman to get married and have kids. And I'm like,
dude, it turned into a dating show.
I know, because he would probably kill them in a roid rage.
Well, and he kept going, you guys need to come here and we'll do cocaine together. And we're like, okay.
Yeah. And
no.
Hey, let's, why don't you give us one of your trivia questions? Nope, we're going to do it this way. And then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm going to do a trivia question now. And I was like, all right, dude, like, this is all you, bud. Like, we're here for you.
It was easily the worst Bucks and Brews episode ever. We did not publish it because it was so bad.
But I had such a blast with the guy. Like, just one of my favorites.
So it's a board game that he made?
Nope.
It was
Okay.
like a card
a
game.
flashcard game.
Yeah.
Kind of
Okay.
thing.
And
Like-
it sounded really good.
Yeah,
but
like a Trivia Pursuit kind
he
of.
was going to send us 10 copies and he never sent anything.
Yeah.
Does
And
he
then
have
Like the
Tik-
fact that one beer historian
I don't
from
think
like
he has
the early
TikTok, does he?
1900s named as
Twitter.
Michael Jackson.
Twitter.
Okay, I seen something similar to it, but I think it was more board game based.
Yeah. So there's somebody apparently made a wine one, but it was bad. So
Your
You-
Amazon affiliate.
yeah.
I want to hear about this because I saw a video the other day.
Yeah.
Nick saw it too.
Oh yeah, so I mean, if someone has a YouTube channel, more so than TikTok, because TikTok's hard to put
Mhm.
links in. If you have a YouTube channel, you should be an Amazon affiliate and just put links to relevant things. People are putting links to whatever. I just stick to this is what I'm using. You want to use it, whatever, and then here's like books for more information. But I get to see what other people buy when they follow my link.
Yeah.
So they may buy the thing that I'm linking, or they may not. But if they buy other stuff during that transaction, I get a little commission on that. It's very, very small.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense of how you got what you're about to tell us.
Yeah. So every once in a while I go on and look, and I'm, sometimes I see things for women. I'm like, okay, that was just bought within this whole transaction. But there was a sex bondage kit bought for $25. This entire bondage kit, like lots of pieces, like, these pieces are quite expensive on their own. So I'm assuming it's not a good one, but like, someone's tying people down to the bed and gagging them and stuff. It's always interesting. In the past, I've seen sex toys and stuff bought too.
Yeah.
And you cannot
A
see who
pickleball
buys
wrap,
it,
like taped to a string or something as a gag.
right? But you can't see who buys it. It doesn't give you any
Yeah.
names, so I don't know who did it. And I have no idea where it came from because I have Amazon links all over the place.
Right.
Mhm.
And because we want to know, all right, what would you tell your younger self? Right? Like what information would you give younger you? Because we know you're old as shit now. I mean, you have as
I'm
much hair as
40.
I do, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we're both grandpas.
He's got way less gray than I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I use something you put shampoo. It's like
Something you put
Shampoo.
shampoo in?
no, it's some shampoo that reduces your grays over time.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Nice.
And I was just using straight up dye on it, but like that gets quite expensive. So anyways, what would I tell my younger self? I would actually tell my younger self to get into real estate sooner. Buy stuff real quick.
Sure.
That's it. And this would have been before Airbnb existed, so it would have just been rentals, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, get into
No.
buying that kind of stuff
No,
way
that's-
sooner.
That's dumb.
Because that's what you do.
That's the dumbest advice. Everybody, like, it's funny because, right, you seem to enjoy my rental stuff and all that, but like I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
and go, God, I'd much rather be in the tent game, right? I don't have to sit here and deal
Yeah.
with a tenant, but like you and I can go back and forth on horror stories of tenants versus, customers that are just
Yeah.
a pain in the ass, right?
Well, so here's like, I'm telling myself back then, thinking now. So I don't want tenant rentals. So I guess I would have told myself get into commercial real estate, which would have either been a venue or a row of warehouse, units kind of thing.
Sure.
Or Airbnb.
Yep.
That I don't like tenant rentals, and I don't think I'm ever going to get into that. So my real estate advice to my younger self would be everything real estate related except for
Buy the damn building. That's what I tell everybody all the time. I mean, I tell David and Don. I mean, ask him. He gets. We can't just go buy a fucking building. Yes, you can. Just go find a fucking building. Like, quit being. Can't make money if you're a pussy, right? Like, it's plain and
Right.
simple because you need to own it. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, and I mean, I say it all the time, and I'm like, go, dude, go fine. You can't buy it. Go find a fucking building that you could rent, and then tell me who the landlord is. I'll go buy the building because, like, that's what I want to do, right? Like, plain and simple.
So
is-
the building here is owned by NAI.
Yeah, I'll
Go
find
buy
them.
it.
I'll find them. I don't give a shit. But you all grow this space. Like, I hope you all grow
And
this
if they
space.
bought the rest of the building, they could expand the rest of the space.
Yeah.
The whole building would be nice.
Now, all right. So, what would you tell a young kid who's 19 years old who should be listening right now? I know his dad is. how would you tell him to start this damn game? Would you tell him to buy the ecourse? Because I'll let you say buy the ecourse for the first time ever in your life.
And you won't want to say it, but you should.
You should say it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I say it?
Yeah.
Buy
say
the
it.
e-course.
Say
Buy Adam's e-course.
Buy the e-course. Yeah, it's gonna skip you a whole bunch of unnecessary mistakes, basically, and teach you everything you need to know.
like what will they
You're
learn?
talking almost like a
What-
$500,000.
why is it
of
worth?
mistakes.
Besides the
great.
savings, I mean, do you like your business? Is the business a good business to get into? Right? Like, is this a business that a young person should get into?
Yeah, that's what young people should be doing. I'm getting old. It's getting tiring.
So
yeah.
sell your business.
Right.
and-
No, there's why sell it? There's no reason. It can, once I have it fully set up to run itself, then it's just going to collect me money for as long
Yeah.
as I own it.
I will say another thing that you had said, and I'll quote your TikToks, was you said, and well, it's a cost savings thing. You're like, look, I can have my guys pulling stakes and setting stakes, and it takes 4 hours, or I can buy a tool, or at 4 hours, and my guys are exhausted, and we have to take a break. You included yourself. You said, or I could buy this damn tool, and we're done in 30 minutes, and my guys can go do a second job during the same day. And I was like, that's great, right? Like, that's great advice, because it wasn't about the money aspect; it was about the wear and tear on a human body, right? Like,
Yeah.
So-
Well, that translates into money because, like, after
100%.
you put in 60 stakes and you got to take a half-hour break, that's time and money, and that's either they're being less productive, and that's also translating into you're getting less done in the day, so you're not scheduling as much during the day, you're not buying more for the next year because you know what your capacity is. But if you spend $4,500 on a jackhammer, it should pay itself off in the first year. I know that sounds like a lot when you like $4,500 on a jackhammer, yeah, but it's saving you a lot.
in the e-course, do you break it? So, like, what if I wanted to start a rental business? One tent, because all right, you talked me into a tent now that I don't want one, and tables and chairs. But I mean, what's the minimum cost to get into this business? And granted, I could just do ice tables, I guess, because those are what, $100. Because you actually, I wanted an ice table. You talked me out of the one I was going to get, because you're like, don't get the cheap one, get the fucking good one. And I was like, damn it.
Yeah, there's ones on Amazon. I bought them and they were horrible. The minimum cost nowadays is a little different because it's post-COVID, but prices are coming back down. So minimum cost would be about $2,000 and $3,000 to get one tent and the stuff that goes under it.
Okay.
And so if you're looking at $3,000 total, and you rent all that, that should be somewhere between 300 and 400 if it's a tent and everything under it. You're looking at less than 10 rentals to get your money back. And a 19-year-old, anyone could do this by themselves. It's just a lot of more walking back and forth because unfolding stuff.
And the funny thing is actually there's two 19-year-olds, right? They're in this specific case, because I'm giving him the show. I'm giving it because Jeremiah buys me more beers. Well, actually, I think Bruce has beat him, but Jeremiah buys me more stuff than
Why isn't
anybody
he buying me beers?
because he doesn't like you.
Oh, maybe.
But right, so two 19-year-olds, they want to do a business together. They're best friends, they're brothers, right? Like, plain and simple. So should two of them do this and start it up? And do you think that two young kids could make this business profitable?
Yeah, literally anyone can. As the only people that I've seen fail at it are the people who buy all the stuff and then do nothing.
Sure.
Like, as long as you put in a little bit of work and it's just ends up being word of mouth stuff, you'll at least make your money back and then some. You won't fail and be back 10 steps. As long as you put in a little bit of work. Yeah. And so we're just talking about real estate. So like a 19-year-old is going to look at real estate as an asset. We're hearing everywhere on TikTok and YouTube, buy assets. And usually they're talking about real estate. But like, how's a 19-year-old going to come up with $40,000, right? Or whatever the down payment is.
His dad's fucking rich. Let's be honest.
Okay.
No, just
But
kidding.
for
How many
himself,
people
though,
do we know like that?
Too many.
but for himself, though,
Maybe we don't.
but like a bunch of people around the country, they don't have rich dad or whatever, but maybe they got $1,000 or even less if they wanted to start a lot slower. Tables, chairs, tents, and stuff, they're still considered assets that you own and you're renting out, just like a house, except you're more involved like week to week. But you just got assets that are making you money. And
So-
the really smart people are going to, those two 19-year-olds might hire like their younger brothers and then their friends or whatever, and then just be like, all right, we're just sticking in the office and you guys are making us all our money. Those are the really smart people who then can build it and they don't really need to be involved.
And now in your course, because I'm walking you through your life, because I have to, because you won't just tell us how your course works. But all right, so I buy a tent, I buy tables and chairs. Now, when do I buy glassware? When do I buy the stove? When do I
Yeah.
do this to offer it?
So most people are gonna. I'm sorry that I'm not trying to be difficult.
No, you're not. You're not being difficult in any way. I just have a vision in my head to make
Yeah.
you give me all your information so I don't buy your e-course for
Oh, no.
$389.
Hey, well,
Even though
so,
you will.
Oh, of
so
course
I've been doing 30 podcasts for the past few weeks. And at the end of it, they want you to promote. And I always say my YouTube first, and I say, if you watch all 1,500 videos on there, you will learn how to do a party rental business. It's not as detailed as the course and not as condensed. So you got to spend, so I always tell everyone like YouTube's free, but if you want to be direct, go to the course. So that's horrible salesmanship. But anyways, most people are going to start with a tent, tables, and chairs. That's anyone who's not in the inner city. So we're talking about most of the country. Tent, table, and chairs, and then you're just going to pay attention. Even if you don't have stuff on your website, people are going to call you like, do you have this? Do you have that? And then you're just going to pay attention. Like, wow, I got a lot of caterers calling me for catering equipment. That's where I'm going to go. Or I have a lot of brides calling me for dinnerware. That's where I'm going to go. Or, just all over the place.
Sure.
But you just keep building up the basics, because once you have your tent, tables, and chairs, then people are going to want more of them of the same size. People are going to want bigger and bigger and bigger until you get to weddings. And then if you really want to, you can just keep getting bigger and bigger and start doing corporate things and city things and, tournaments and, those kind of big stuff. But the basic is tent, table, and chair, and paying attention to where you are getting the most requests and where you want to go.
And all right, so I don't think we asked this on the last episode. How much stuff are you personally making? Right, so I guess the example you kind of gave was like, ask or listen to what people are asking for. So like we would say, hey, like life size Jenga for fun, or the Connect 4. Like how much? And when I go to rental places, because every time my wife hates it when I go to a rental place. I just had to get a oh my gosh, it's a shingle ladder or whatever, but it's a ladder that will bring the shingles up to the top of the roof.
Yeah.
And so then I get there and I'm like, fuck, my birthday's not far around the corner. Like I want a dunk tank. So I'm like, wife, I want a dunk tank. Cause like, that's one of my goals. I want a dunk tank on my birthday. And then I'm like, ooh, the snow cone machine. Because like, have you ever seen,
Billy Madison?
Billy Madison? Yeah, I was back.
Okay.
I was going to say Big Daddy. Billy Madison. Like the parties he throws, like
Yeah.
I want that fucking party as a 30-something-year-old. Okay.
Right.
Granted, I'm not going to put Rolexes in there, but I'll probably throw something really badass in there for people, because my 40th, I'm telling you, I'm renting stupid shit.
So you're gonna throw a Bucks and Brews bottle opener?
Fucking then some, right? Like, well, you were at my 30th. Dude, my 30th was just awesome. My wife threw a great party at my house. We had a pinata because I'm sitting here blitzed off my ass, and then we hit an awesome pinata filled with shooters. And like the kids get the candy, they're like, nope, don't touch the shooters. That's I want to have fun. I'm a fun person.
I'm looking forward to your 40th, by the way.
Dude, right? Like, but so I forgot where I was going with
How
this.
much
What was the question I
making
asked?
stuff? Making
What's that?
stuff. You started
How
with
mu- how
making
much-
stuff.
How much stuff do you make?
So me personally, I don't have the skill or temperament to make stuff exact.
Sure.
So I do pay someone. So in my side, more so where I focus on weddings, there is some custom stuff like that you just can't buy. No manufacturers making it. So I had a guy make me bars with different inserts, like the skeleton of the bar is the same, all the the trim of the bar is the same.
Yep.
But then you can pop out, put a silver one, black one, copper, whatever. So if someone wants 2 copper ones, I don't need to actually own 2 copper ones. I just own the wooden frame. It's fruit wood stained, and then just pop in those things. Bounce house people, they can make a lot of money making their own things because they can make the Jenga, they can make human-sized ladder ball out of PVC pipes, which I bought one of those off of Bounce House guy. It's like 8 feet tall.
How much did that cost?
It cost, I bought it off him for 150. He sold it to me just a little bit under than what he made it for. It's really just giant PVC pipe, and then he paints the two of them red and blue. And then you get practice softballs. They look like yellow giant golf balls, basically.
Yep.
And I kept one of them just that color, and then the other one I spray paint red, and you constantly have to spray paint it because it chips off. So they're making giant Jenga, giant ladder ball. People do make giant Connect 4 because you can buy them on Amazon, but I don't think they're that giant. I would call them medium Jengas. And a lot of other cornhole things like that. So a lot of the Bounce House guys make their own stuff, and miniature golf courses they make for rent.
Yep.
The really high end, like my friend, his company makes 10 million a year doing party rentals.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, his dad
10 million a year.
Yeah. You can get that big and bigger.
And bigger.
And bigger. He's in Rochester, New York, which isn't like a big city.
Yeah, it's actually, we just had somebody on from that area.
Yeah.
How many parties are there a weekend?
There's
3,
if, right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I mean, if you had enough tables and chairs to cover it,
Yeah.
you could send 4, 5, 6 out a weekend.
10.
Yeah.
So I had no idea. Like, I guess I'm naive. I didn't realize a company could get to $10 million a year doing rentals, because I know Jeremiah's calling me out on like how excited I just got about 10 million bucks a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
So he's doing a lot of big tents and big events, big weddings, people who have, because Rochester is near the Great Lakes too. So there's some of those neighborhoods. So like he's telling me some weddings are like $150,000 just for his stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's not any of the other people's stuff. And then he has also got a double-decker tent, which when you have a double-decker tent, you're not just renting that in your city, you're throwing that on a flatbed, driving it out and flying your guys all over the country to go put that up.
Sure.
And
PGA's
like
borrowing that.
Yeah. But he still does the normal size tents and this and that. It's like all together, but like a lot of his jobs are just big jobs too.
No.
He landed COVID. He told me I should buy tents for the COVID medical tents at hospitals and stuff.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't know, it's a lot. It would be like $60,000 to buy the tent. And so he did. He just bought. I think he spent like $500,000 in tents within like 10 days. Got them all in, and then within 2 months they were all paid off for by the state. And I was like, oh my god, I should have done that. I should.
Yep. And now
I
he has.
think it was going to be a thing.
Well, in hindsight's 2020, but so is COVID. But no, I think that's. I mean, so and again, following you on TikTok, real world side hustles. Follow him on TikTok, because if you're thinking about it, I'm gonna buy. I know I'm gonna buy. At my birthday party for my 40th, I'm going to have a bounce house, and that's, God, only 6 years away. My kid, she'll be a teenager. She might think it's stupid. I don't really give a crap, but it's better than renting one to me. But I do know that I won't buy a white one, because you were in Florida or Las Vegas, and you're like, hey, don't buy anything white because they dirty, they do this. Like, you want to buy the color. And I was like, man, this guy gives so much good advice for free on a constant basis.
The white ones, everyone gets excited about them because they think, hey, we're going to be able to expand our bounce house business into weddings.
Yep.
And they buy a white one. And then everyone I've talked to is like, after 2 times, I just want to get rid of it. It's such a pain. Really, the white one is only, you're renting it indoors for an indoor wedding and setting it up in a space that's tall enough or whatever. You never set it up outside, because 1-2 times that brand new white bounce houses can never be used again for a wedding.
Right. And that's like, it's just insane. So, and then your buddy, and I love how you promote other people. Like, granted, you haven't promoted Bucks and Brews, which I'm very disappointed in you in.
You guys got to send me a clip.
We don't have clips, right? We don't have clips. Yeah, we have this, yes.
Yeah, you're recording. You got to send me something.
But I will say, like, your buddy with how did he do with the comedy thing? You haven't done I didn't see the follow up on it, on how many.
He's doing good. He's gaining his footing. He's cutting his, comedians when they first start off, they suck.
Yeah, of course.
then they have to trim. No one really understands how important like words are in sentences when you're trying to be a comic. Like maybe this word should not be there. Maybe, and it just changes the joke so much. Just so he's like dialing it in so that he can get like a 20-minute show.
Sure.
His family hates that he does it. He comes from a big Italian family and they all hate it and give him such. I'm his like #1 supporter, but
Mhm.
yeah, he's doing good.
But with you sharing this thing, did he get a bunch of followers that day?
Not as much as I thought he would.
Okay.
I think if we waited to make his videos when he was more dialed in, would have, but he's gained a lot of followers.
Good. No, and I hate because like I need to focus on my business, but you really get me wanting to do this rental business. And I have my garage that we don't use. It's full of my rental shit. And then I have my mom's garage, and I'm sitting here going, I have so much space that I could utilize. And being an investor, I want to buy a warehouse or, like I'll buy this building because then I'll have 4 overhead doors and stuff. And I'm like,
Right.
I have no problem buying the storage space, just like you did, right? I mean, you bought your building. The truck aspect bothers me. Now, do you go into that? Do you talk about, hey, like if you don't have a lift gate or whatever, you can just go to you rent it or whatever? Or, sorry, not you
Yeah,
rent it.
I go over the different
U-Haul?
options where it's in your garage. Ideally, when you're first starting out, if you don't have that much stuff, do a truck and trailer and just keep your trailer as your warehouse as well, like storage. If you're going to be running off of truck and trailers, you're going to want to find buildings with just overhead doors. But efficiency wise, in the long run, having actual loading docks with trucks with lift gates is, it's more expensive up front, but it saves you a bunch of time in the long run. Yeah. So I go into all that and all the different storage options. Like I know a lady who ran it out of her house and just didn't have a dining room. She just had all her stuff in her dining room, and she just hustled. Like you got to take stuff out your single wide door and stuff. And then from there, a shed, a garage, storage units. I know a company who they're close to $10 million a year now too. And he started out at 1 storage unit in New Jersey, then got the one next to it and the next to it and next to it. And by the time he had 2 whole rows, he's like, all right, I'm going to go buy a warehouse now.
I'm just going to buy the storage facility.
Right.
I mean, you might as well at that point.
He ended up buying a really, really massive warehouse that he was leasing out to a California manufacturer of tables and chairs. So they would send him just truckloads of stuff to New Jersey, so that when something needed to be shipped out, on the East Coast, it was cheaper.
Sure. Now I forget. Do I want the wooden tables or do I want the plastic tables?
Wooden are always better long run. Like I have some wooden tables that are older than me from companies that are long gone, and a little bit of sanding, and they look brand new. But there's qualities to wooden. There's Chinese ones which have just a very thin laminate on it.
Yep.
Those are just as worse as the plastic ones. The ones that are going to last you 30 years, 40 years, they're more expensive, made here in the US and Pennsylvania. Plastic's not too bad when you're starting out, but I always suggest 3 years in, you should switch to wood, because now you're 3 years in. I think you're gonna stay in this a while. So let's switch to the things that are gonna return investment faster. Because the plastic ones are called lifetime. They're lifetime in your house. That's it.
Sure.
They're not lifetime getting banged around.
You're using it for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, right? I mean, you're not having family over every day.
3-4 times a year.
Yeah. Now let's say you
wait. I got a question real quick.
Please.
Yeah. All right. So you're talking to me about rentals, but I kind of focus on party rentals. Have you ever thought about equipment rental, like big trailers, bobcats, things like that? Because you strike me as a guy who doesn't have that much time with all your properties and stuff. Whereas if you had a warehouse with that kind of stuff, people just either come pick it up, or you have someone on staff who, drops off the bobcat, drops off the trailer, whatever.
Never once thought about it because I don't want to deal with the maintenance of things.
Yeah,
I'm lazy. I'm done working on shit, right? Like and granted, I do still fix my wife's car because I'm cheap, right? Like I'll fix my wife's car, I'll fix my car. I changed 2 alternators in 3 weeks. So
we rented a bobcat to dig out that area for that extra.
Oh yeah, that's right. And almost slipped all the way over.
I mean, I didn't.
Right. Was that my brother?
That was your Former brother-in-law.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, like I've never thought about that type of a thing, I guess.
So there was a guy like maybe 1 to 2 months of me being in on TikTok and starting to talk about my rental stuff because I was just kind of focusing on other things. I didn't want to mix my rental stuff in, but once I started talking about it, he saw a few videos and he's like, "Hey, I own trailers, enclosed open trailers. I own Bobcats. I own this," because he's got a construction company. But he's like,
Yep.
"There's a lot of downtime in these," so he's like, he just started renting them out. I forget what he called it, something easier like Rent for You or something. And that's like overtaking his construction business now. Him just renting out the equipment he already owned.
Jeez. Yeah, I seen. So the only thing I thought about was trailers, I guess, because
There's a
somebody was
guy I see on TikTok that has trailers that makes. I think he's got 5 trailers now at his house, and yeah,
at his house, and he's like, we built a fence, and the neighbor's complaining, and I was like, that'd be my problem, right? I'd get some dump trailers and things like that, or get some longer trailers and rent them out. But
Oh, I want to do the. You mentioned it earlier. The 40-yard, 30-yard, 20-yard roll
dumpsters.
offs.
It's a really it's an inexpensive thing, but the problem is the manpower.
Yeah. So I
So,
met a
right-
guy down at a convention. Just he seemed to have a lot of things. So I'm like, tell me all your things you're doing. And it's only his only second year, and he crossed $1 million doing it. But he said he was set up prime to do it. Someone had to tell him the idea. His house is 4 minutes from the dump. His house has 50 acres.
Oh, shit.
So like that's where he's storing his dump trailers or his roll-offs. So they go dump it and a 4-minute drive to bring it back. And so it like made sense for him.
Yeah,
And it scaled real quick.
that's what because the person I worked for, instead of partnering with me, he partnered with somebody else for this dump trailer thing. And then it was like, hey, we can't keep him here at this business. So then they had to go rent storage space. And then like the person they had driving the truck, he's like, well, my wife's got to go here. My wife's got to go there. I can't work today. I can't work. And you already have, 7 pickups and drop offs lined up in the day. And now you're jumping in the truck to go do this because your employee called in. So the employee, and if you hire 2 employees, then one sitting around and one, it just getting up kind of sucks, right? Like the startup is just where it's at. So
Yeah.
but if you can get through it, then you'll be successful. And the guys that started it, they were just too busy in their normal lives where they weren't willing to work in their own company. They just wanted it to be hands off and thought it was going to be a free and clear investment. They ended up selling to a construction company who does a shit ton of roofs and stuff. And he's like, yeah, we'd love to have this because it'll just save us money on all this. So, and it was only like $20,000 to start up, like including the $8,000 truck.
Right.
Because they bought
the guy I met, he immediately bought $150,000 trucks.
Yeah,
I mean, he leased
brand
them,
new.
but like, yeah, brand new 26, like the big trucks.
Yep. And as I say, they bought used one and they were pissed because like they had a part that they were waiting on. And of course, COVID was here. And so then they had to wait forever to get the one part to help the dump. And yeah, so you learn those types of things. So I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't want to drive a truck every day because,
Right.
even my dump trailer guy's like, he's like, look, you're in a truck and you're in a truck 14 hours a day if you want to make this successful. And I was like, yeah, I don't really like 14-hour days anymore. I'm
Right.
I'm not above it, right? I don't need it.
Well, the whole point, hopefully, is to get people to do it for you, and hopefully from the get-go, get people to do it for you. But that I understand is hard. Finding, people are the hard part.
So, but
One of the things you hit on, Adam, was partnerships. Who do you have partnerships with? What are you doing to help each other?
So I had an employee who was very good, very self-sufficient, didn't have to say much. And the one company that was doing dishware just closed up shop. And so there was 1 year without dishes. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting asked for it, so let's do it. But I don't want to deal with it. So we started off 50-50. I put up all the money. He did all the work of cleaning the dishes and transporting them around. And then after time, paying me back and whatever, I went down to 30-70. So my dish company with dishes, glassware, flatware, some other things like, put the food in and the sternos, keep it hot, chafing dishes. That's a completely separate company. People can call my normal company and get it and then I kind of like rent it from that company, and then they don't know the difference. But then he also gets his own phone calls, and I've given him some of my old tents and stuff. So there's that partnership, because I just didn't want to deal with dishes, and I didn't want to find people who were going to sit in a kitchen all day long. Well, we call it a kitchen. It's just sinks and a dishwasher, and clean dishes. I just didn't want to find those people. So there was that. And then with everything else, I got my friend who's my office manager, and he was in a band. He's in a band with someone who's been around us for years. And we just kind of were like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. So we bought our Airbnb place. We bought the venue. And then that works because I'm kind of like the money business guy. Elliot, my office manager for the party company, is kind of like the person contact guy. And Rich, the drummer, he comes from construction. So he's the fix it guy, take care of stuff guy.
It seems like it's working out for you. So, anything else that you want to tell us that we haven't asked you about your new stuff since we've had you on? I know we've entertained you this whole time because I see the smile on your face.
Yeah.
But
no, I got a course. I wrote a book. Got YouTube channels. That's about it.
yeah, I got a course. No, this guy has an e-course. Go do it. Where can we find your e-course?
It's startapartyrentalcompany.com.
Okay.
Oh, I started a blog 2 days ago.
Oh, talk to us about your blog.
It's to build on the TikTok real world side hustles and the book and the YouTube real world side hustles. So when you go type in Google like side hustle ideas, you get 50 that are all junk. I don't know if you guys ever done that.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's a lot of just like online stuff, or hey, take surveys or this. It's just so stupid. Same thing with why I started the TikTok. So the blog basically is the same as TikTok in written form, but some of the things like won't work video wise. So there's I only got 4 posts up there right now, but yeah, just realworldsidehustles.com. So hopefully once that gets big enough, there's actually a place that people can go and see 150, 200 different ideas that are actually real, that someone can actually do and will make decent money, because surveys online do not make decent money. I tried.
So Twitch would
will
like
tell
you to show the book
you've
again,
sold at least
Adam.
one book while you've been on this podcast.
That's the book.
Yes, you've sold at least one book while you've been on this podcast.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
So
and you're gonna sell 2 more. Just they have to be autographed
Yeah,
by you. And
that was my question. So I know where I can buy the book, but Adam, where can people get the book?
It's on Amazon. Just type in 101 real world side hustles. It comes right up.
Yes.
And Adam's going to work on the autograph copies.
If you
See,
put in,
I mean,
if you type in 101, if you get to real, it's like the top thing on there.
yeah. And I mean, are you guys affiliates? Do you
No.
guys have an Amazon affiliate?
we're late,
Not yet,
so-
no.
Okay, well, if you ever do, you put it in the show notes, and then you make money on things that people are promoting.
Yeah,
Or
we're gonna
what you
get there
use.
someday.
I guess I'll have to start that.
Yeah.
Or,
You
hey, I
say
use-
we.
By we, I mean David's gonna get there, and David's gonna do all this, and David's got this.
I mean, you guys got nice mics. Like, so in the show notes, you would put these are the mics we use. And you're
Oh
not,
yeah,
You
these
should
are
do that.
great mics. I remember buying these and picking out which ones we wanted.
And
and-
looking at everything.
yeah, like I totally put all the time and effort into this.
And the camera and the headphones and all that shit.
Jesus.
So, I couldn't find a good webcam, and because I was doing these 30 podcasts, I wanted a good one. And I was on one dude's podcast, and his video was so good. I'm like, "What are you using?" And he's just using his iPhone. There was just this app you would buy called Camo, and it's turned my iPhone into my camera.
And it looks great. I mean, you got light and it's nice.
Yeah, this all stupid shit behind me.
No, I'm
It's the
saying
ma-
like it
it's
looks
the
like you have a
magic.
it looks
I
like you have a
wouldn't call it
light, I guess,
stupid. I
coming
mean,
from
you
your
got-
iPhone
you got
going
the
to
Oh
Mario
no,
stuff.
I have 2 lights, but like I kind of went cheap with them. I'm gonna buy bigger, more. I don't know this stuff. Diffusers and things.
We don't either.
Yeah.
No, it's so. And then all right, so your book, your e-course, where can I find your e-course again?
Startapartyrentalcompany.com.
Startapartyrentalcompany.com. And then I get your and where can I find your Patreon?
The tank guy.
The tent guy. Okay.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna blow your phone up at 1 o'clock in the morning because that's who I am as an asshole.
I have a bad habit of staying up way too late, so I'm up at 1.
Damn
can't-
it. Like 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. Like
Yeah.
you and I are both just blitzed out of our mind.
Well,
on a
your
Saturday.
4 o'clock is my 3, so I'm still
No,
up.
we're
No,
the
we're
same
the same
time zone.
time zone.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
We're
You're
all
okay.
Eastern.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, say 2 o'clock our bars close. Okay, so 3 o'clock we're in bed.
The other side of the lake for us is Central.
Gotcha. Okay.
Chicago, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Half of Indiana, which is really weird how they work their life.
Because Indiana's stupid.
Yeah. No, it's and I'm hoping that we can have you on again. We know that
I'm
you're
always up to something.
we'll do another retake of everything you're doing in life because you're always hustling, man. It's crazy.
Out of all our guests, top 5 easy.
Guaranteed.
Maybe top 3.
Except for the cocaine guy.
He
one of
was not
my-
a great guy.
one of my favorite guys.
Interesting.
And I'm like, you don't want
It was a great guy for Nick because Nick's like, that guy can party.
right. As my
Right.
mom says, you don't want to hang out with that guy, but yes, he's fun for the day, right? I
I don't
gotta
want to
yell at
hang out with
Alexa
that
real
guy.
quick.
and
Alexa, cancel timer.
Don't mind
my
him
lord.
respond yet.
I say it's funny because Jeremiah really is. I use him for my accountability partner.
Yeah.
And he just told us like don't come back until they have an Amazon affiliate.
I'll be working on that this week when I'm supposed to be working.
There you go.
Yeah, Amazon affiliate doesn't make much, but it's
We made
something, you know?
$1.50 in this whole entire 3-year process. So
Yeah.
Right.
And I think the 50 was on TikTok.
yeah.
Who was on?
nice.
I don't even remember what.
But no, I appreciate you being on. We learned a lot. You have a lot to give. I'm gonna learn a lot more because I am scared to buy your ecourse only because I don't want another business. That's the only fucking reason.
But you kind of do.
I don't though.
But you
I
kinda
mean-
do.
I mean, yeah, but my wife will kill me.
Just
It's-
buy it and share it. Share the login with those 19-year-olds.
Well, his dad will do it, and I'll just borrow theirs. I mean, that's what I will
Yeah.
Jeremiah just came back and said, "What a great guest! Thank you so much, Adam." So
say.
that's always a great feedback there.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
Um,
Jeremiah.
Yeah. No, I say I'll be hitting you up because I want to come out and see you. I don't know when. I can't promise you this summer. I can't promise you anything, but we're gonna hang out and drink at least a beer or two. And people think I joke about this, but like a 12-hour drive for me is nothing just to go have a beer with somebody I enjoy. So life is too short not to go enjoy things.
And we've got some interesting beers around here.
Yeah.
We're always down for interesting
So-
bears.
Talk
about them.
All right. Mobcraft 8694, the hazy IPA, white grape. Yeah, it was hazy.
It's hazy.
The IPA actually, it was great to have a good traditional IPA. And I had a vanilla wafer porter.
Was that as good as the top?
That was great. I
I bet.
enjoyed the end of my night.
My pastryarchy, the Irish cream dessert stout, was fucking phenomenal. Atwater's vanilla Java porter and CEO stout from Right Brain are fantastic as always. Mike, how was yours?
The hazelnut variation of the BJP was very, very good, and the pomegranate lime ginger cider was very, very good as well. So I was happy with both.
And
We know
heard from
Adam
the-
loved his
Just-
his
I
wine.
didn't get.
I
I
gotta
didn't. I
read that
tried
wine.
taking another sip. I couldn't do it. Jamaican ginger wine.
but
Nah.
That just does not sound right.
Grand
No.
Trevor's barrel proof whiskey, rye barrel proof whiskey.
Yeah,
was
that's
a-
what Jeremiah was drinking.
Yeah, good for him.
Nice.
So as always, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you being here. Adam, dude, I love these interviews. It gets me hyped every time. Now I have to try to figure out how I'm not going to start this damn business and explain to my wife that I have to go drop $3,000 on a tent and some chairs and tables and shit.
Just say you're pre-prepping for your birthday party.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well,
And
there
you're
you
just
go.
gonna
You
rent
s-
it for the next
Oh, that's 6
4
years
years
away.
until then.
yeah.
So Adam, hang out with us for a bit. We will not be live next week because I'm going to be on a boat.
Okay.
So we'll be live at least once the following week, or maybe twice. We're working on things. as I said, Adam Hangout. We'll talk to everybody on Twitch very soon. And all of you on our podcast, I mean, episodes will upload next week. So, you know.
There we go.
You've dialed in.
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Because
studs.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
Bucks and brews.